Okay, hello and welcome to this kind of tips and tricks for beating the legendary AI on FIFA 20. I know a lot of people having a bit of trouble with this, and I mean, I'm no expert myself, but I feel like I can kind of point people in the right direction to maybe get some better results. Maybe even start challenging for that Elite 1. You should be getting that really, and then maybe top 100 if you really follow these steps. So what you want to be getting is that 2,500 points each game while playing against the legendary AI, which means scoring at least 5 goals. And to maximize those points as well, you want to be conceding none. You want to be getting 10 shots on target. You want to be getting 10 corners. And I think 60% plus possession. If you get all those things, you'll be getting about 2,800 maybe. Um, and that's kind of like the very top, of what you can get each game. And if you get that, you'll guarantee top 100, because not a lot of people can consistently get that over 40 games. Yeah, so basically, I just want to show you the kind of the basics, what you need to do to beat them. The first thing I will say is, if you're watching this, you're obviously struggling a little bit. So what you want to do is just not worry too much about conceding. If anybody's played the legendary AI or even the ultimate AI, it cheats. I'm telling you, it cheats. If it wants to score, it's gonna score. You can't do anything about it. So the main thing you gotta do is just get those 5 goals. There's nothing more important than scoring 5 goals. As you can see, I get my first one here. Just a simple cutback. It's nothing too crazy. As you saw, my team is good, but it's not insane. You don't need an insane team to beat the legendary AI. And this is the team I'm playing here. I think it was like a decent like 80, 82 or something, 83 rated team. So it's a decent opponent. Um, yeah. So basically, don't worry about defend. Don't worry, not don't worry. Don't worry about conceding too much. Don't let it get in your head. Don't let it psych you out, because they're gonna do it. The rebounds and everything that they have, like they'll put like 99 shot power onto a bronze goalie, just to score. They'll do anything. But what you want to do is try to minimize the shots you concede, because if they get that shot off, they're probably gonna score. So what you need to do is just really contain, really jockey, try and stop them from getting that shot off, and just don't go flying. That's one of the main things you gotta tell people, is not to go flying into challenges, because that is the reason you'll lose. You'll go chasing the ball. They'll play it around you like it's nothing. They'll turn into Barcelona 2010 tiki taka around you, and it's game over. And that's what you don't want them to be doing, is passing it, because they will pass with perfect precision. It's insane. Especially on Ultimate or anything like that. It's kind of just game over when they start finding their rhythm. You just want to stop it. You want to contain, and most importantly, don't fly in. So I use drop back, and tell my DMs and fullbacks to drop back as well. Cover center on the DMs. I have an important thing about your DMs as well is pace. Obviously, pace in every part of the pitch is important against the computer, because you just want to be making tons of runs inside. As you see there, that's the second goal. Again, a very simple, just a little through ball, cut in, shoot. And you can see this guy, he's only 82 rated. He's not insane. So I can imagine you guys can at least have someone of his quality. Yeah, so drop back seems to be, again, the best thing to use. I can't think anything else is better, because what you want them in front of you the whole time. You don't want them to be getting in behind at all. You want everything to be in front of you. You want to just be jockeying, as you see, like Dumfries here, just jockeying, just watching him, I'm not letting him, and he puts in the cross, nothing's gonna happen. I'm not gonna let him do anything. But this unfortunately does result in a goal, as you can see. If it wants to score, it's gonna score. There's literally nothing I could have done about that. I cleared it. He won it. He shot. I blocked it, and he just goes straight back to his foot, and he puts in the bottom corner. So don't worry about too much. At this point, you could be thinking, oh, I've messed up this one. I need to go all out attack now. I need to go crazy. I need to get some goals. I need to, and you just need to stop and think and just think, it's not too bad. It's only one goal. I've still got two. Let's not go crazy. See, again, you just want to jockey. You just want to trying to cut that passing lane off, but not too much that you're leaving anybody else exposed. You just kind of slowly see, as you can see there. That's a perfect example of not what to do. I went flying in, and he just walked right by me. It's exactly what you don't want to be doing. I'll say that I've done that just to show you guys, but it's that was just a pure mistake. But then what you want to do straight away is hit them with the counter, because they're going to be pressing you. Most teams, I mean, as far as I know, it works off if you have custom tactics and it picks your squad. As far as I know, it tries to keep those custom tactics. So if you're on a drop back counter attack team, you're playing against them, that's what they'll kind of try to do. But most of the time they try and press you, so you really want to hit them with that quick counter attack. You want pacey wingers is the main thing. You saw my team in the beginning there. I changed it to a 4-2-3-1, and I put my wingers, Promes and Bergering, I think his name is, on the outside. They just do those amazing runs. That run in between the fullback and the centre back, that's what you're looking for every time. You just want to get it to your playmaker of the team. My one is Ziyech. I get it to him. I look up, I see Promes running. I'm going to play it right in between, and then he's going to either cut back and shoot himself, cut back and play it back post to someone. I definitely recommend investing in a good striker. I've got Depay, who is good. He's quick, he's strong, he's got good passing. He's kind of like an all-round player. 3-star weak foot isn't the best, because what you want, I mean, for obviously 5 stars is perfect, but you want that kind of mix of a slow big player. I wouldn't recommend this, to be honest, but you could, if you want to do this, you could go for a slow big player with great finishing, or a really pacey player who's probably not going to have that great finishing. I'd definitely recommend the pacey player, but it's definitely down to you. Whatever you want to, whatever you feel comfortable with, really is kind of what you want to go with. And losing the ball is kind of big, because they do kind of seem to be everywhere. See, another simple goal, just a little through ball, you just want to put it onto the best chance of scoring. Put it the other side of the goalie. Just a simple finish. It's definitely a lot of simple things you need to get right to beat the AI. It's not playing against a player. They're not really kind of predicting what you're doing. They're just kind of playing the basics. So if you can kind of get around that, think of it as a computer and not you're playing FIFA against someone, and you'll definitely have an easier time. So midfielders, I have people with decent passing. I have Wijnaldum and Henderson. So I think it's like Wijnaldum's got 78 passing, and Henderson's got 80 something. So they're decent. You want someone who can get the ball off the defense and then ping it up into your midfielders, who can then, into your attacking midfielders, who can then hopefully find someone running in behind and play it like that. If not, though, try not to always just be looking for the over the top, because it doesn't always work, and you don't want to be constantly giving them the ball back. You don't want to be just getting the ball back from them, and then that was a nice question. But what you want to do is not constantly get the ball, win the ball, and then fly it forward, as quick as you can, and not even thinking about who you're passing to. You want to kind of pick that pass, Don't go crazy. Don't keep losing the ball because you don't want them attacking. The best option is to not play the pass if you can't see it. Don't just spam Y every single time to get that through ball off. If you can't see it, don't go for it, because they're just going to punish you. And it's really easy. Once they got those, they seem to be impossible. If you concede 2 goals first, it just seems to be impossible to break them down. And especially if you don't have a great team, you're just going to completely struggle, it's going to be not worth it. See that I can see I can see Promise running, so I play him in. It didn't work out as well as I wanted to. It didn't really work out in terms of him running behind, but you can see that was an obvious pass. I knew he wasn't going to mess it up, and it got to him, no problem. They're the kind of passes you want to do. So just basically what I'm saying is just try and be patient. It's a long game. There you go. You can see just finding the right pass, drawing out defenders, play back into the box, simple finish, and there's the 5 goals. This is the minimum you want to be doing every game. If you're feeling really comfortable, you can start going for the corners and the shots on target and the possession. But that's kind of later, once you've become really comfortable with easily beating them 5-0. Some people have said they've had really good success when turning into like the 3-5-2, and that's the formation I ran at the beginning, but mainly because I didn't have good fullbacks. It wasn't because I thought it was going to be good. So if you are struggling, maybe kind of switch up your formation, switch up a couple players here and there, and just try new things, because at the end of the day, it is only offline. And this is kind of, you want to use this to get better for online, better players, you want the rewards from this to improve your team so you can play FUT champs, So definitely just experiment with your team, maybe drop down the difficulty a little bit and just wait till next week to really try to go for that, top 100. Yeah, what else would be good? High stamina. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Players, midfielders especially. Again, like I said, I got Wijnaldum and Henderson, both 90 plus. I think maybe Henderson's a bit lower, but they still both got great stamina, and it really comes into play because another thing you want to really utilize is your subs. I would say try to use all 3 subs every game. It just helps out so much. So if you have players with high stamina, it means that you can sub off. You can afford to have a couple people on low stamina because you're just going to take them off anyway for new players in the 60-something minute. So it really helps out because they play the same way right till the end. They could be 5-1. They could be 5-1 down like this, and it's the 90th minute, and they're like, "Well, we got to score a couple more. We're still in this." That's how the computer thinks. They're gonna just keep piling on the pressure. From the first minute to the 90th minute. So you really need players with good stamina, so you can afford to bring off other people and have just a full team that is just not going to get tired. Can be running the whole game. And as you can see here as well, one thing I've kind of noticed over the last couple of FIFAs is they really do press you in the last 20 minutes. The 70 to 90th minute, they really do go for it, And as you can see, I'm looking at my players, just looking at the fitness. You can see my 2 midfielders are perfect. So that's fine. They're going to keep me going, It's not going to be a problem. And I've got a couple of decent players on the bench, Lozano, and Bukambu, some decent subs to bring on, if I'm really struggling, just that extra pace, to really kind of punish those defenders. And you can see just watching them, you just need to contain. The contain is the main thing. I think it's LT. I don't know what that is on PlayStation. I think that's how you do it, but it's just containing. It's just watching them, just not flying in. It's just such an important thing to do. Just not flying in. And just score another goal there. Really simple goal. When you break it down to the basics, it's really easy to score against the AI. You don't have to overcomplicate it because they're good in the basics, but they can't do anything more than the basics. They're not really going to be predicting. If you're running down line, most people are like, oh, he's probably going to cut in and try and cross it. So I'm going to try and stop that cut in. But they're just going to jockey you the whole time, and they're not really thinking, is he going to cut in? Is he going to go maybe try and trick me and keep going down and run round? They're just like, oh, I'm just going to stand in his way and block him. As you can see here as well, these are just the stats. You can see I got 7 shots on target, so I need 3 more to get that max points. Possession, they're killing me. So I don't think I could even get near. I think it's 60, 65 maybe to get the full points. But yeah, so you just want to keep popping shots off, because even though you only need 5 goals, you want those 10 shots on target. So it doesn't really matter if you score more. You're not hurting yourself. You're if it like just try and hit those long shots. Really, I would say, just to get the 10 shots on target. Not try to don't try and finish all the time. Because you don't want, because all you're doing is really giving them the ball back, and it's not really the best thing. Kickoffs can be so dangerous. You don't want to just kind of give them a goal, as you see here with I'm just playing around. I just want a shot on target, so I just take a shot, and it does result in a rebound goal. But that's 2 shots on target right there. It's quite easy end game. Once you got those 5 goals, just to get those 10 shots on target, it does help out. Especially if you conceded like I did. I was like, well, I need to get these 10 shots. So it really does help. What else can I say? Yeah, I mentioned the subs. Yeah, definitely have like different subs ready for different situations. Like, have your DMs, have your maybe a centre back if someone is injured. I don't know if that happens this year, to be honest. Last time it did offline, I think players would come off. But yeah, have your DMs, have your creative midfielders, and a couple pacey players as there, score another. It's really not that hard to score against the AI. I think that's my first shot I scored outside the box, actually. So that wasn't too bad, actually. Yeah, so if you follow these kind of simple steps, just to go back actually on the shooting outside the box, don't bother. Honestly, don't bother. Only shoot inside the box. You're just wasting shots. Really try to work it. And fashion that kind of like a really good opportunity inside the box, like I was doing earlier, instead of trying to pop off all these long shots. It's just not going to happen. Crossing as well, don't bother. It's not going to work unless they fix anything. It's never going to be viable. I got Costa on the bench. I've never really tried to use him, like crossing it in. But from what I've seen, either I've come against people with tall strikers, and it's just done nothing. So as you can see there, we won 8-1 in the end. A pretty good result. Not too bad. As you can see the facts there. I got all the shots on target. I didn't get the possession. I didn't get anywhere near the corners. I didn't have one corner. But there you go. 2.5. That's what if you get that every game, you 100% guaranteed top 100. So if you could only improve on this, then you're gonna have a really easy time. There you go. And that's what you need to do every single time. And you can see top 100 at the moment was 100,000. But last week, I know it was the first week of the game, a lot of things are happening. A lot of people don't have it full access. But if I'd done that every single time, 2.5, 40 games, I'd have 100,000 points. I'd be there in the top 2. So that's kind of what you need to do. So if you just follow these kind of some of these steps, you really should have an easy time of being a legendary AI. Yeah, so see you next time.